Hi, my dear students. Yesterday we just started the method of irrigation. Two method of irrigation we studied. That is well irrigation and tube well. Surface well and tube well. Now today we are going to study about canal irrigation. Canal irrigation amount to about nearly 40% of the total irrigated area in the country. One of the most important source of irrigation in India, and that is mainly spread in northern India. Why this canal irrigation is mainly spread in northern India? First of all, North India, certain features are there in northern India. Northern plains are peninsular as they are snow-fed, whereas southern India rivers are seasonal. Comparing to southern India rivers, northern Indian rivers are perennial rivers or snow-fed rivers. That means Himalayan rivers or snow-fed rivers. So because of that, northern plain is easy to construct the canal using widespread in northern India. That is the first feature. Secondly, northern India is a plain area, low relief. Relief feature means landform is in plain area, low gangetic plain area with a deep fertile and very fertile soil, which helps in recovering the cost of construction of canals. It is easy to construct also deep fertile soil as well as low level of relief. Because of that, it is easy to construct canals. Thirdly, the surface due to which digging of canal also easy because of the even surface, very plain area. Because of that plainness, it is easy to dig the canal in that area. Then number of perennial rivers are there. That means Himalayan rivers, perennial flow of rivers which originate in snow-covered Himalayan ranges. That is also one of the reason behind water canal irrigation is more widespread in northern India. Okay, remember that point. That is one of the important question. Why northern plains? Uh, why northern plains are familiar with? Why the canal irrigation is common in northern plain? First reason, low level plain area with fertile soil, deep fertile soil that helps in recovering the cost of construction of canals. Secondly, even surface that help to dig the canals very easily, and perennial flow of rivers. All the North Indian rivers are perennial in nature. That means Himalayan rivers, throughout the year water will be there. So that help to flow throughout the year at all. So it is easy to construct the canals also. Okay. So because of that reason, canal irrigation is more popular in northern India. Okay. Then canals are mainly two types. Okay. In India, two types of canals are there: perennial canals and inundation canal. What is it? Perennial canal and inundation canal. What is this perennial canals? Perennial canals means canals which flow throughout the year are called perennial canals. Canals which flow throughout the year are called perennial canals. They are constructed by putting some form of barrage across the river. This barrage helps in maintaining high level of water on the upstream side. Hence, canals draw water throughout the year and irrigate large area. Okay, perennial canals. These canals are useful throughout the year as they draw their water from perennial rivers, because it is drawing water from the perennial rivers or artificial lakes or barrages at all. Barrages constructed across the river. So these canals provide water throughout the year, and the agriculture production in the areas of less uncertain rainfall has increased considerably because of these perennial canals. Okay. Then secondly, inundation canal. Inundation canals means canals which are drawn directly from the rivers without constructing any kind of barrage or dam at the head to regulate the flow of river and canal. Okay. Inundation canal means canals which are drawn directly from the rivers without constructing or making any kind of barrage or dam at their head to regulate flow of the river and canal. These kind of canals provide irrigation mostly during rainy season. This inundation canal, it provides irrigation facility during mainly in rainy season when the rivers are very well flooded. Floods subside, the level of the rivers falls below the level of the canal heads, and therefore the canals dry up. So inundation canal is useful only in rainy season. Okay. So two types of canal, perennial canal and inundation canal. Perennial canal means throughout the year water will be there. Inundation canal means only in particular season. Rainy season only we can see water directly drawing from the river without making any kind of barrage or dam at their head to regulate the flow of the river or and canal at all. Okay. Now, what are the advantages of this canal irrigation? Advantages of a canal irrigation. See, this canal irrigation, usually this perennial canal or inundation canal or whatever it may be, so many advantages are there. As these canals serve throughout the year, the agriculture production of that area became increasing automatically at all. Then secondly, a supply of water during odd season also make the cultivation of some kind of crops carried out throughout the year. Okay, so every season that will be providing water. So because of that reason, cultivation of some crops can be carried around the year at all. Okay, and cheapest source of irrigation for the farmers. They pay very nominal charges, and apart from that, canal water can be transported from water surplus area to water deficient area also. And example, Indira Gandhi Canal has transformed the barren desert Rajasthan into rich and lush field at all. Okay, the advantage of canal irrigation. First one, cheapest source of irrigation. Secondly, this help the canal water can be transported from water surplus area to water deficient area. Cheapest source, serve throughout the year. Supply water means perennial canals and all means serve water throughout the year and supply water during the hot season also, and control the floods. Perennial canal or inundation canal, that will be controlling the floods also. Apart from that, with the help of this canal, water can be transported from water surplus area to water deficient area. For that example only, Indira Gandhi Canal that has transformed the barren land of Rajasthan into a rich agriculture field. Okay. Now, the disadvantages of canal irrigation. What are the disadvantages? First of all, excessive irrigation, continuously irrigating, and the intensification of the agriculture. That will continuously many years cultivating as well as irrigation is going on, means that led to the environmental degradation, and that later led to the origin of wasteland. New wasteland will be originating at all. Okay, continuously some particular area continuously cultivating and excessive irrigation taking place means that that led to the degradation, environmental degradation of that area, and that later led to the creation of new wasteland. Then apart from that, water logging problem due to this excessive irrigation, water logging problem may arise, seepage and poor drainage problem also maybe sometime will be arising at all. Then apart from that, some areas due to this continuous irrigation, due to some areas, water table level will be suddenly rising up, like the rise in the water table, and that increase salinity. When water table level increase means automatically salinity, salt percentage of that, salt content of that water also will be increasing. That led to the submergence of the land. That means that piece of land will be submerged into water. Then apart from that, this is also led to the changing of a crop pattern of some particular region. Okay, these are the disadvantages of a canal irrigation. Okay, excessive irrigation and the intensification of agriculture over the years, that led to the environmental degradation and creation of new wasteland. And apart from that, water logging problems will be arising, seepage and poor drainage problem, and sometime suddenly water table will be rise up, and that led to the increase of salinity, and finally that led to the submergence of the land. Then this is also responsible for changing the crop pattern of some region. Now, which are the way we can improve this canal irrigation? Is to improve canal irrigation. First of all, canals can be built by public and private relations. Grid system should be encouraged. Subsidy on canal water should be given only to small farmers, not all the people. Only small farmers, that means marginal farmers, should get that subsidy. And grid system should be encouraged. And canals can be built by public and private relation. These are the ways we can improve canal irrigation. Now let us study the tank irrigation. Okay. What is this tank irrigation? Tank irrigation also very useful in areas where they depend on rainfall for their water supply. This tank irrigation is very useful. The areas which are dependent on rainwater or rainfall for their water supply. So a tank means that consisted of water storage which has been developed by constructing a small bund of earth or stones built across a stream. A tank consists of water storage which has been developed by constructing a small bund of earth or stones built across a stream. The water impounded by the bund is used for irrigation, drinking and for other purposes at all. Some tanks are built partly as dugouts and partly by enclosing ones. Tanks are of varying in size, but most of the tanks are small in size and are built by individual farmers or group of farmers. Nearly 15 lakhs of small tanks and 5 lakhs big tanks are there in our country. So these tanks are constructed in the areas of, mainly in the areas of naturally depressed areas or to collect water. And this water is used by dry season. In India, nearly 12% of total irrigated area is done by the tanks. And tanks are used mostly in peninsular India because peninsular India where the completely covered with hard rocks. So do not allow the water to seep through. That's why major part of peninsular India tanks are used for irrigation at all. Now see, one of the important question here, tanks irrigated land is reducing nowadays due to the increase of canal and well irrigation. But at the same time, tank irrigation is widely common in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Orissa. But comparing to all these states, Deccan Plateau area, it is common. More important in Deccan Plateau area. Why in Deccan Plateau area tank irrigation is more important? That is mainly due to certain reason. First thing, the terrain of Deccan Plateau is undulating and is made up of hard rock. This Deccan Plateau area is made up with hard rocks. So it is very difficult to dig canals and wells. A completely hard rock covering area. Because of that reason, it is very difficult to construct or dig canals and wells. Secondly, very little percolation of rainwater due to hard rock structure and so that's why groundwater is not available in large quantity. Deccan Plateau area, groundwater availability is very less. Why? Because there is no proper percolation is here in this area at all. Okay, very little percolation of rainwater due to hard rock structure. That's why groundwater is not available in large quantity. Then apart from that, most of the rivers of this region are seasonal rivers, not like northern plain. Deccan Plateau area rivers are seasonal rivers. Seasonal rivers means only rainy season water will be there and summer season it will dry up at all. So therefore, they cannot supply water throughout the year at all. Canals and all cannot supply the water throughout the year at all. So, peninsular India, uneven nature with many natural depression at all. And Deccan Plateau is an underlying hard rocky area and that also non-porous in nature. That means these rocks do not allow the water to seep through. Okay, these rocks do not allow the water to seep through it or go deep into the earth. And also apart from that, Peninsular India receives monsoon type of climate. That's why these tanks collect water during rainy season and help in raising the water table. Okay, so because of all these reason, Peninsular Plateau area, what is common, tank irrigation is common. Several streams are there that is also overflowing during rainy season. So the only way to make the best use of this water is to impound it by constructing bunds or building tanks. Then the population as well as agriculture field also scattered in nature. Scattered nature of population and agriculture field also favor for tank irrigation only. Apart from that, these tanks are easier as well as cheaper to build also. So because of all these reasons, tank irrigation is common in Deccan Plateau. Okay, first reason, the Deccan Plateau is made up with hard rocks which make difficult to dig canals and wells. Secondly, very less percolation is taking place in Deccan Plateau area because of a hard rock structure. That's why groundwater quantity is very less. Very less water cannot percolate or water cannot seep through at all. Non-porous nature that area. And most rivers of this region are seasonal and that will dry up in summer. Therefore, cannot supply water throughout the year at all. Then there are several streams. That streams also overflow during rainy season. So only way to make the best use of this water is to impound it by constructing bunds or building tanks. This scattered nature of population and agriculture field also favor to the tank irrigation. Then tanks are very cheap and easier to construct also. Okay, now the advantages of tank irrigation. What are the advantages of tank irrigation? Easy and economically also very cheapest one and easy to construct first. Secondly, they allow to serve the monsoon water to be stored and used later. Allowed to store the monsoon water and the stored water will be used later. Then they help to raise the underground water level also. So these are the advantages at all. Okay, what are the advantages of tank irrigation? First of all, it helps this prevalent Deccan Plateau area, cheaper one as well as easy to construct also, storing the rainwater, and that rainwater will be using in whenever it is necessary, and the water collected and used in dry season. And apart from that, they allow the monsoon water also to store it and use it later. They help to raise the underground water level also. Now, drawbacks of this tank irrigation, that means disadvantages. First of all, these are non-perennial in nature. That means they are non-perennial source of irrigation. Not perennial nature. Perennial nature means water throughout the year. Water providing means it is perennial nature. But these are non-perennial nature. They dry up during the dry season and it is difficult to provide water for irrigation at all when it is needed. Then secondly, these tanks use up large areas of cultivation. For constructing a tank and all, large area of cultivable land is needed. So these tanks use up large areas of cultivable land. And apart from that, most of the water is evaporated from the large expanse of shallow water. Most of the water is evaporation will be taking place in these big tanks and all. Then silting of the tank bed is also one of the serious problem. Okay. Now what are the disadvantages of tank irrigation? First thing, tanks are shallow and large amount of water is wasted through evaporation. Secondly, tanks are non-perennial nature, so it will be dry up in summer. And apart from that, it occupies large areas, so they become costly in comparison to wells and tube wells. Large areas occupying, and that also agriculture land only occupying that much large area. So these are the disadvantages of tank irrigation. Okay, children, I am taking only very small parts. That's why I am dividing the lesson into number of parts like that for easy to study for you all. Thank you.